Money and material things become the center of our lives. They seize us and make us slaves. Pope Francis. Imagine you are standing in St. Peter's Square. It's March 13th, 2013. The air is damp from an earlier rain, and it's electric with anticipation. You're in a sea of tens of thousands of faces, all turned towards one spot. A simple chimney atop the Sistine Chapel. Suddenly you see it, a plume of white smoke cutting through the Roman dusk. A roar erupts from the crowd around you. A decision has been made. A new pope is chosen. The great bells of the basilica begin to ring, a sound of pure history. The moment is heavy. The church is reeling from scandals and the historic resignation of Pope Benedict XVI. It needs a healer. Finally, a figure appears on the central balcony. You hear the ancient words echo across the square. Habemus Papam, we have a pope. Then, the name, Jorge Mario Cardinalum Bergoglio. A silence of confusion ripples through the crowd. Who? To understand that moment, we must travel back in time and place, to the bustling streets of Buenos Aires. Picture a young Jorge Bergoglio, the son of working-class Italian immigrants. His foundation is one of discipline and an awareness of everyday struggles. But at 21, his life hangs by a thread. He's in a hospital bed fighting a severe pneumonia that will cost him a piece of his right lung. As he confronts his own fragility, he feels a profound shift inside. His path, however, isn't straight. He works as a janitor, a bouncer, a chemical technician, jobs that ground him in humility. Then, one day, he walks past his parish church. He feels an inexplicable pull to enter. Inside, during confession, his world changes. He walks out with a quiet, unshakable clarity. His thought is simple. I am going to be a priest. That single thought, that one moment, sets him on his course. Years later, as Archbishop of Buenos Aires, Father Jorge makes choices that show his heart. Imagine him in the morning, not in an opulent palace, but in a small, simple apartment, cooking his own breakfast. Now, see him waiting for the bus, standing shoulder to shoulder with the very people he serves. This isn't an act, it's who he is. He actively chooses to have, in his own words, the smell of the sheep. His focus is on the Villas Miseria, the sprawling slums on the city's outskirts. He walks their dusty streets, listens to their stories, and washes the feet of the forgotten. His leadership is also tested during Argentina's brutal military dictatorship. Accusations would later surface, but testimonies reveal a man working in the shadows, using silent diplomacy to shelter those at risk, even giving one man his own ID and dressing him as a priest to help him escape the country. Now we return to Rome, to the Sistine Chapel in 2013. The 115 cardinals are gathered under Michelangelo's frescoes. They need a reformer, a pastor. Bergoglio, the 76-year-old from Argentina, is an outsider. But as the ballots are cast, a quiet consensus builds. The cardinals see in his humility the hope for a wounded church. On the fifth ballot, he receives the 77 votes needed. The dean of the College of Cardinals approaches him and asks the solemn question, "Do you accept your canonical election as Supreme Pontiff?" Imagine the weight of that moment. Bergoglio feels the burden, the history, the expectation. His reported response is one of raw, unvarnished truth. His internal thoughts become his words. I am a great sinner. Trusting in the mercy and patience of God, in suffering, I accept. The newly elected pope is asked what he will be called. His answer is immediate, a mission statement in a single word: Francis. For Francis of Assisi, the saint of the poor, the peacemaker, the reformer. He's then led to the balcony. He steps out. not with a grand theological statement, but with the words of a friendly neighbor. He looks out at the sea of faces and says warmly, "Fratelli e sorelle, buonasera." Brothers and sisters, good evening. The crowd is disarmed. Then he does something no pope has ever done. He bows his head. Before he blesses the world, he asks the world to bless him. "Pray for me," he asks. A hush falls over the square. In that single, humble gesture, he is not a monarch, but a brother. The journey of Jorge Bergoglio shows that true impact blossoms from humble, consistent service. His strength is found in his vulnerability, the honest admission of a sinner, the request for prayer. His life is a testament to living one's values with unwavering consistency. The man who stood on that balcony was the same man who rode the buses in Buenos Aires. The story of Pope Francis is a powerful reminder that leadership isn't about ambition, but about authentic service. It's an invitation to us all to find our own peripheries to serve, and to remember that true greatness often speaks with a quiet voice and walks in humble shoes.